Supply. Sané into the wall. Well, Sané tries again here. It's come to Elise to cross. And the header to level the game!
Yes, Jamal Musiala was Bayern Munich's saviour once again, scoring the equaliser against Borussia Dortmund. But this is not the first time this has happened this season. You have this,
strong play, brilliant!
And this, and this. Jamal Musiala is flying in a different gear in 2024-25, but still, he seems to be out of people's mouths this year, which made me ask the hot question, what's the reason? Is it because he's already not seen as a young talent, or is he just criminally overlooked? To fully illustrate his astonishing form, let's take a look at his stats. Since the start of the 2024-25, Musiala has contributed to 14 goals for Bayern Munich. That's his second best in the first 3 months of a season so far in his career, only behind 2022-23, in which he scored a staggering 12 goals and laid on 10 assists by the end of November. So yes, statistically, his form was better 2 years ago, but people forget something. 2022-23 was the one and only season in Bayern's recent history in which they didn't have a proper number 9. Lewandowski had just left while Harry Kane was still at Spurs. So you get the point. Musiala had more responsibility in front of goal and probably even more chance to show his effectiveness in the final third. At the moment, he not only has Kane right next to him, but also an in-form Michael Olise, who proved why Bayern spent 53 million euros on him this summer. And having said that, those two are certainly stealing some goals from Musiala, but that's not the most important thing. Many supporters, especially non-Bayern fans, don't give him the credit he deserves. Everybody talks about Pedri and how he dribbles past people, or how Jude Bellingham creates space for his teammates. Yes, even Bellingham, one of Musiala's best friends in life, gets more credit than Jamal, even with 3 goals since the start of the season. And the prime example of this is the Golden Boy Award, or the Copa Trophy, 2 prizes given to the best under-21 player in the world. Pedri has won them, Gavi has won them, Bellingham has won them, even Renato Sanchez got elected in 2016, but nobody even knows where he is right now, where he plays, how he plays, if he plays. The lack of proper recognition on Musiala's name was also so criminal that Bellingham won the Golden Boy in 2023, a year in which Jamal was obvious choice if we only consider the 2022-23 stats. Back then, Musiala had more goals and more assists, with a total of 29 contributions compared to Bellingham's 20. And going back to the last match day of the 22-23 season, it was really the focal point that should have won Musiala the Golden Boy. If you remember, Borussia Dortmund had to defeat Mainz 05 at home to win the Bundesliga, while Bayern were away at Cologne. With the score level at 1-1 in the 80th minute in Cologne, only a miracle could have brought the title back to Munich for a record 11th successive season. And that miracle was named Jamal Musiala. In the 89th minute, Musiala received the ball on the edge of the box and unleashed a sublime shot into the bottom right hand corner of the net. Less than 10 minutes later, he was celebrating as he proved to be his team's saviour.
Musiala! Have we just witnessed a big moment?
At the same time, Dortmund failed to beat Mainz, and the title was back in Bavaria. Yes, this last match day of the season was the real test for the Golden Boy Award. Of course, many of the heated Borussia fans who were thinking, but Bellingham didn't play that game because of an injury, can raise their objections in the comments below. But to be perfectly honest guys, that really doesn't matter. Musiala was the one who proved himself as a big game player, and realistically speaking, he was above Bellingham in every department that season. Was Bellingham going to contribute like that if he was on the pitch against Mainz? Of course, Jude was also crazy good in 2022-23, as well as in the next season, 23-24, in which he scored like 20 goals in 4 months. Yes, that was unbelievable from the Englishman, but these awards really illustrate that the winner is the one with the highest PR, not the one who deserves it the most. And a €100 million move to Real Madrid definitely gives you a lot of PR. We can only imagine what would have happened if Bellingham had continued to wear the colours of Borussia Dortmund. Apart from that, Musiala had only finished second in the Copa Trophy once, in the aforementioned case where Bellingham won it, and third twice. Interestingly, since the inauguration of the award in 2018, Musiala is actually the man who has been on the podium for most of the years, but has never finished first. It really is a shame given his qualities and all the hard work he puts in. As for his comparisons with Barcelona's duo of Pedri and Gavi, Well, the three of them are actually quite different. Gavi is the silent killer, the warrior who's always there for his team in the defensive part. Yes, he could impress with some dribbles in the build-up from time to time, but you will rarely see him do that, just because he has Pedri next to him. Pedri Gonzalez, on the other hand, is poor in the defensive department, but is a sort of Iniesta regen in playmaking. Pedri has that classic old-school flair that wins him a lot of affection from the fans. Yes, he is magical with the ball at his feet. Yes, he can get you 1v1 from more or less anywhere on the pitch, and he's proved this time and time again throughout his Barca career. We all remember Rafinha's magic assist against PSG in the Champions League last season, but he's not effective in the final third. He's very insecure when it comes to hitting the ball in or around the box. And that's where Musiala comes in. The German prodigy is in a league of his own in the final third. Whether he is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, with a man on his back, or against several opponents dribbling in tight spaces, Jamal Musiala is simply outstanding. In fact, tight spaces are his trademark. He makes it look so easy. It's the league they play in. The Bundesliga is literally miles away from La Liga in terms of TV rights, financial power and PR. And even if you play for the biggest team in Germany, that doesn't mean you get the recognition you deserve. That's why it's no surprise that every top footballer cites Barcelona and Real Madrid as the pinnacle of their career. Once you've made it to Barca or Madrid, you've reached the end game. You can't get any higher. But is that a reason for Musiala to consider a move to one of the Spanish giants? Or why not even the Premier League in the near future? Either option seems realistic. Just imagine the creative impact Musiala could have in a Real Madrid side that has struggled without its signature creator since the departure of Toni Kroos. Yes, the two may not have the same style of play, but they are both playmakers who can win games with a pass or a long-range shot. And then there is the final reason why he's overlooked, and that is his rapid rise to the top. From his early days at Chelsea's academy, through his glittering spell at Bayern Munich, to the present day, Musiala's day-to-day improvement has done more to damage his reputation than enhance it. Let's face it, Musiala is only 21 years old, but he seems to have been playing at the highest level for a decade. Yes, indeed, his debut at the end of 2019-20 season now seems like a distant memory. To put it simply, all those who have been praising his brilliance are the same ones who are now treating Musiala's consistent excellence as routine. This phenomenon has created a sense of underappreciation. What would seem extraordinary to others has become just another Musiala performance. This shift realistically highlights the double-edged sword of early success. Musiala's continued dominance has underlined his elite ability, but it's also highlighted the challenge of remaining in the spotlight in a sport that craves new narratives. From now on, it remains to be seen whether he can continue to raise expectations, which means he should be able to improve with each passing season and be more decisive in the biggest games. Let's take the example of Bellingham again. Yes, he was exceptional at Borussia Dortmund, then in his first few months at Real Madrid, he went through the roof, and in the end, he provided the crucial assist for Vinicius in the Champions League final. In doing so, he's shown himself to be not only a constant contributor, but also someone who can change the game when the team needs it most. Do you have a different take on this controversial topic? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed it, why don't you subscribe so you can always be up to date with our uploads? Or just click on the latest hot video. Take care, and until next time.